Hi. This afternoon I want to talk to you about streamlining embellishment making. Sometimes when you have a bigger project, an altered book, or something that you're doing where you know you're going to need a bunch of embellishments, or say you're making a whole batch of cards, something like that. Sometimes making parts of the embellishments. Now I may add something more to this, a little piece of lace or fabric or something, or go back in with, say, a pen or something and add some little gold flecks or some such thing as that. But right now, this is an embellishment that I can work with in my project. To make a bunch of these one at a time as you're trying to get your pages done, granted, that's if you like to do it that way, that's awesome, but sometimes it helps to have a bunch of them made so that you can just look at them and go, oh, this works perfectly right here, and put it down. And you can always, if you're not using them for this particular project, say you make too many, they make cute little cards to send out in Happy Mail. So I'm going to show you one of the ways I like to streamline making embellishments. One of the first things, and we've talked about looking at your paper pads and finding papers that have little clusters of something that you can cut out and create pretty much an embellishment all on its own. So that is the first thing I'm going to do, is I'm going to get a whole bunch of these cut out. Another thing we can do is we can take our scraps and we can make little hearts. Okay, now if you have heart punch, and I do have a heart punch, but I only have one size, and sometimes it is easier just to fold your paper like so on the corner and just cut a heart out of it. Well, I missed it there, so that means I need to go back. This was a scrap, so. And it's sort of like cutting out a little teardrop and you end up with a heart. Like so. Okay. Then the next thing is to use paper punches. And I was recently gifted these paper punches and I am just in love with them. You can slip this paper in here, and this is again a scrap or a cutoff from one of my other projects. And I have a whole batch of little butterflies to add to my embellishment pile. I might do these in a couple of colors. Okay. This piece of paper is not quite wide enough to do them all, so I'm just going to do 2 of them and then go back and do 2 more. And now I have a bunch of little punch outs. And this is a great way to use up your scraps too, because that way you've got them already punched out and ready to go. I also have a bigger punch, and I was going to take a look and see if that would fit on the green. I don't think it will. It does, yes. Okay, that'll be real cute. Okay, so once we have some cutout pieces and some punched out pieces, the next thing that I like to have is a little pile of music paper. And I just tear my music paper, tear out the music parts. And what I like to do then, once I have all these little piles of things, is to go in and ink the edges. And this takes a little time, but if you've got the inking all done, it's all done for all of them, and you don't have to think about it, and you just grab little pieces and create embellishments. Okay, just like so. Now, since those have just been punched out and I don't have any more, we may have to ink a couple of those. One more thing I like to have is a pile of wonderful little pre-stamped book paper so that I can, these have been rubber stamped on book paper, and I have all these cute little pieces that I can use to make an embellishment or build a little cluster with. Okay, so there's a little flower. We can put on a little butterfly. And let's maybe put on a little heart. Do we have a little heart? Well, how about we use the green butterfly and this pink heart? There. Glue it together and it'll be ready to lay into our project. And we've created an embellishment that fast. Now, one of the things I just realized I did was I didn't ink these stamped pieces. It would be easier if I would remember to do that first. If they were all inked ahead of time, I could just grab and make the next one. Now let's just make another one. We have that piece. I want to save that for something else. Oh, let's see here. I like this piece. Oh, I like this one better. There. How about that? Just like so. And we have another little embellishment. Oh, by the way, I'm using Tombow Mono Aqua Glue. I happen to like this glue. It dries quickly. It seems to hold things very nicely, and it's got a tiny little applicator, which means it's easy for me to... Actually, I think I like that over that. There we go. I was going to show you one that I thought about earlier. Now, isn't that cute? Then if we add a little dragonfly, and I know I had a tiny dragonfly. Of course, I don't have one out. And we have another cute piece. So, guys, my point in all of this is that by creating a little master pile of music paper, cut out embellishments from your cardstock pads, little hearts that you've cut out, little punches that you've punched out, stamped pieces, all of these things you can just grab and see. We very quickly made 3 embellishments, and I had already made that one. And I could just sit here and make up a whole bunch, and then they're ready to go on my pages and cards. So that was and not only that, then you only have to get out your punches one time. You only have to get out, if you've inked everything and not forgotten that you wanted to ink those things, you'd be ready. And everything would be here, and you just have to have a little glue, and you can go for it. You could add lace, you could add some fiber, you can add all sorts of things and have your embellishments all ready to go into your project. Okay, I want to read you a quote from my 1001 Ways to Creativity, and then I better clean this mess up because somebody around here has to fix some dinner. Y'all have a great night. I'm going to read my quote, and this is my 1001 Ways to Creativity book, and it says, "You need to feel truly at home with creativity in order to produce great works. And we all know that home is where the heart is." Oh, I like that one. That was very good. Okay, guys, go have fun. Make some art. Bye-bye.